Oh boy. You know you're in for a good time when you read the title like you just did before you clicked on this video. Because you see, Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus now has direct feed footage, courtesy of GameXplain. They got it from PAX East. It is Derek from GameXplain playing, and I'll have a full link to their full 24-minute video down in the description below if you would like to see everything. I'm not obviously going to be showing you the entirety of their gameplay session here in this video, but I just wanted to make sure I give them proper credits at the beginning here, so you guys go check out what GameXplain does with all their Nintendo coverage. Now, that being said, there's been a lot of people out there since this direct feed footage, specifically the direct feed footage came out, that are forget not impressed, because I don't think there's any requirement to be impressed by, oh hey look, a game that they said is coming to Switch is now seen running on Switch, let's be impressed. I don't think you don't have to be impressed that this game's running on Switch. But what I have seen, and what I have seen a lot of comments of, even on our Prime News video yesterday where we showed some off-screen footage from US Gamer, is a new mountain of people that I thought were gone from commenting on this content. Because if you guys remember last year, when we were seeing footage of Doom, there was a lot of people that were kind of attacking Panic Button and attacking the developers and attacking the people excited for the game, because why would you want to play Doom on the go on a tablet? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to play it at sub 30 FPS? Why would you want to play it at sub HD resolutions? Why? Doom is bad. It's terrible. It is so dumbed down on Switch. Who wants to play that? And the developers responded back then, Panic Button and the folks behind Doom in general, saying that the point of Doom isn't necessarily all about that sweet 60 FPS and those sweet resolutions. It's about having a good time. It's about ripping demons apart and having fun. And I, at the time, was all up on defending that. I'm like, yeah, that is what is more important than the frame rates, more important than the resolution. And here we're having the same situation in 2018 repeat with another game made on the ID Tech 6 engine that Doom and Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus are made on, coming to Switch, and it looks pretty damn good in my opinion for being on a platform that is significantly less powerful than the platforms it's made for. Now, in watching this footage, and this is just my complete uneducated look at this, I haven't done any actual analysis and pixel counting and everything. There are many times that the game looks like it's running at sub HD in docked mode, because this is docked mode direct feed footage. There are many times that the game looks like it's running at sub 30 FPS. And we've been down this road before, because that's exactly what happens on Doom. Even still to this day, with the performance patch, Doom still runs at sub HD, a lot of times in portable and docked, and sub 30 FPS. It's just a thing that happens. And I'm not saying that you can't be upset or disappointed that it doesn't run at least at 720p and at least at a locked 30 FPS. I feel like all of us would want that. I mean, I want the game at 60 FPS and 720p at least. I mean, that's my desires. But here's the thing. We need to be completely understanding of a game like this. And in the future, Wolfenstein 3, Doom 2, or whatever comes in the future, I'm not going to be as kind to ports of those games to Switch as I'm going to be now. But Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus, when it was being developed and created, it didn't even have Switch in mind during development. What does that mean? That means that what Panic Button has had to do is take a game designed specifically for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, Xbox One, Xbox One X, and PC, and make that run on Switch. Now, the ID Tech 6, engine is really, really scalable, which is how this is even able to be done. But since the game was never developed with Switch in mind, you're essentially having to dial things back in, massively so, especially on the resolution and frame rate side, to make it run on Switch. It is the easiest way to make any sort of AAA game run on Switch is, hey, cut back the FPS, cut back the resolution, it's going to run on Switch. And these, to me, are acceptable sacrifices. I'm being serious here when I say that, because the game was never developed with Switch in mind in the first place. Now, when NBA 2K19 comes out this year, I sincerely hope, if it comes to Switch, that it's a better launch than NBA 2K18 was. That we have physical and digital day one. That we have a locked 30 FPS day one. I would like 60, but again, I understand that the Switch is just not like those other systems, and I end up not being bothered as much by 30 FPS as I thought I was going to be with NBA. So locked 30 FPS, hopefully slightly higher resolutions and a little bit better, menus and stuff like that with friend play and blah blah. Like the full version of NBA 2K19 day one, 30 FPS locked. Like that's all I'm asking for. That was not what we got, not even close to what we got when NBA 2K18 launched. But I'm going to expect that for NBA 2K19. I was forgiving of NBA 2K18, whose development was, even though it was started in the year Switch came out, Switch was probably not like an immediate, we're bringing it to the platform kind of thing. Yes, I know in October of 2016 we saw NBA 2K18 on Switch, but I mean, let's be honest, we had no idea. They had no idea what was happening then. So, with Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus, I'm okay that it runs at sub 30 FPS at times. I'm okay that it runs at sub HD at times. Especially when you're in portable mode. I dare anyone who's playing Doom right now, who is very, very critical of, maybe if they're not critical of the frame rate, say they're just critical of the resolution. I want them to pick up a Switch in portable mode, not full TV mode, because it's easier to notice. In portable mode on that small screen, and you tell me when you think the game is running at sub HD. I actually dare you to see with your naked eye if you can tell if that game is running at 640 or 520 or if it's hitting 720. I actually am very curious to see how many people can actually tell me when. Because I had a buddy of mine. I'm just going to call this buddy George, just to keep it anonymous here. And George was very critical of Doom on Switch. He told me, I don't know why you're buying that damn game. Why are you buying it for Switch? You have a 4K capable gaming PC. Why didn't you buy it for PC? Play it at 60 FPS. Play it at 4K. Crank up the settings to Ultra. And I'm like, you know what? That's a great point. But then I stood up, took my Switch out of the dock, and started going for a walk with my kids while playing Doom. Maybe not the best decision, M-rated game around my children, but you get the point, right? I was playing Doom on the go while taking a walk and doing something beneficial for my health. Beneficial for my children's health, even. I was able to continue playing while taking my kids with me. And he's just like, yeah, but who really wants to play at that? So I put the Switch in his hands. He was still playing Doom 3 hours later. You know why? Because the frame rate ended up not bothering him as much as he thought it would. The resolution ended up not mattering. And in that moment, in that 3-hour time span, he converted the Switch and went out and bought the platform the next day. Now, I'm not telling people who think that Doom, Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed Origins, or all these games out there that are AAA quality, that you should not want them to run at 60 FPS, should not want them to run at 4K, especially on Xbox One X, PlayStation 4 Pro, PlayStation 5 if that somehow comes out this year, and PC. Of course, that's what you should want, and I applaud you to go get the systems that allow you to have the game the way you want it to have it. And yes, me as a gamer, as a tech enthusiast, as a gaming enthusiast, I want 60 FPS, 1080p locked on Switch. That's my personal desire. I want that. But I'm also not an idiot. I know how to program a little bit. I know how games are made a little bit. I know what the Switch is capable of in comparison to the other platforms because I'm not an idiot. I do my research. And reality is that the Nintendo Switch is not as powerful as a base Xbox One. So to expect a game like Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus to run on Switch without significant sacrifices compared to the Xbox One base version is bollocks. I don't know what, I mean, so then the argument now with Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus is that because it can't run at full HD or even 720p HD, and can't run at a locked 30 FPS, let alone 60, it shouldn't even be on the Switch. Oh boy. Oh, I'm glad that you, entitled asshole, and I'm not naming anyone in specific, by the way. I've seen this comment by dozens upon dozens of people on Twitter, Reddit, Reset Era, and YouTube, and wherever. It's all over the internet right now. You entitled assholes. Just because the game does not appeal to you in the form that it plays on Switch does not mean that it doesn't appeal to anyone. It doesn't mean that that game shouldn't be on the platform. That's absolutely asinine. Think about what you're saying. What you are saying is that because you don't want to play the game in that form, nobody else should get the ability to play the game in that form. How does that make any sense? Since when did you become the captain of my life? Become the captain of another gamer's life? Since when does your opinion on what the ideal way is to enjoy this game mean you have the right to tell other people that they can't enjoy the game because it's not the way you want it to be? And that's fundamentally where we sit here at the end of our Friday here at Nintendo Prime with this new footage in hand. People, Wolfenstein 2 is not going to run at full HD. I've expected this since we got Doom. Doom told me what to expect for this game. The game looks gorgeous anyways. It has most of the lighting effects from what I can tell. It's got all of the assets, all of the AI, all of the characters in place, all of the weapons, all of the modes. It seems to, for the most part, be the entire version of Wolfenstein II, The New Colossus, that you got to play last year on Xbox One, PC, and PlayStation 4. Except now it's on Switch, and now you can play it anywhere. Now you can slap it on your TV. Now you can take it with you. Now you can use it with Joy-Cons. I believe it's going to have motion aiming, so you can use motion aiming now, which isn't necessarily available in all the other versions. And yes, it runs at half the frame rate and a little bit less at times. And yes, it runs at sub 720 HD at times, even on docked mode. But you know what? If that's why you don't want to buy the game, then don't buy it. Go get it on other platforms. And me saying this isn't saying it's okay for games to be this way. What it is me saying that I understand that we're talking about a game that was never built with Switch in mind. In the future, I expect better optimizations. I expect Switch to be considered from day one of development. That should create a situation where, yes, we can get 720p at minimum. You know, it can be dynamic, but dynamic between 1080 and 720. We can get maybe even 60 FPS. Or if not that, at least a locked 30. But that's going to be when the game is developed with the platform in mind. Wolfenstein II, The New Colossus, Doom 2016, these titles were not made with Switch in mind. So the fact that we're even getting them in the form that we are getting them is going to make a lot of people happy. And you know what? For all the people decrying this, go look at the sales of Wolfenstein II, The New Colossus. If this was so amazing to you last year, why didn't you buy it? Oh, well, I'm waiting to hear the excuses on that one. Ha. In fact, it sold so poorly, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up selling best on Switch. Then what are you going to say? Because guess what? Frame rates and resolution are not everything. What's more important is how much fun you're having when you play the game, just as Panic Button stated last year. Anyways, folks, I'm Nathaniel Robojans from Nintendo Prime, and if you like this video, you know what to do. And if you dislike the video, hit that dislike button, subscribe for more content, and I'll catch you in the next one.